Hey guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay guys, I'm coming at you guys today. I'm going to share a bunch of cool stuff with the fibers and yarn and spinning and all that good stuff. But the first thing I want to do is I want to start it out with a blast. I want to start it out with an FO, a finished object. As you can see, I finished my scarf. And this is not a big time scarf, you guys, as far as like skill level, because I'm at the beginner. But I just did just a basic knit stitch scarf, made it really long. But what I told you guys is I was going to add a bunch of these really cool like art yarn that usually you make on a spinning wheel. But I just ordered my spinning wheel, which I'm going to show you guys which one I ordered. And I'm still learning how to make art yarn. But I made my own art yarn by putting different fibers together and then braiding them and crochet, like looping them into the edges of this scarf. And so I guess I should say too, I used garter stitch, which is just the basic knit stitch over and over and over. I guess is garter stitch. So anyway, so I'm gonna show you guys here. This is what it looks like. I think it turned out so cool. And it didn't turn out cool because, you know, I did anything special with making a basic, you know, garter stitch shawl. But adding these art yarns, I think, is what really made this scarf so cool. Okay, so I'm going to come in super, super close so you guys can see. Okay, I'm coming in really, really close. And hopefully we're going to... Okay, so you guys can see. That's what the art yarn that I made looks like. Isn't that cool? I showed the ladies at my local yarn shop, and they were like, oh my God, I cannot believe you made art yarn, handmade, not on the spinning wheel. My scarf is hanging a little bit to one side more than the other, but who cares? I just want to show you. And then this is it hanging all the way down. So you guys, I have all of this yarn and fibers, and because I make these, like I showed you last week, I make these nests. So I always collect all this cool fiber. And, you know, I'm a crafter too. So for any of the crafts that we do, I always collect all that fiber and yarns for that. So I have a ton of it. Oh, my chair's in the way right there. I have a ton of it, and I used it for this. So I think this is a really cool example of being able to take, let me come out a little bit, being able to take a basic garter stitch basic shawl that any beginner knows, that's where they start, to making something so cool. And this would make a great gift for somebody who's into very artsy type of cool stuff. I think this would be a great gift for somebody and a great gift for yourself. So anyway, just wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to start it out with a bang. I think it turned out great. Right now I'm working on a triangular shawl that's done in the basic knit stitch with a yarn over. So that's my next big thing I'm learning. But I'm doing a, and it turns out to be one of the V shawls. And I'm going to make it really long. Like I want the shawl to like basically touch my butt. And then I want to hang all of these art yarns from that too. And I think I'll wait because I'm going to be getting my spinning wheel here. It's called the Hopper. Yeah, that's the one I got. It's the Hopper. It's from Spinolution is the company. I'll give you guys all that information though when I get to showing you guys that. But before I go ahead and put all my fun art yarns on that one, I'll wait till I make the art yarn. I'm not going to make the art yarn like this again. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. And I'm going to turn the camera rack around and you guys will see me and we'll go through the rest of the show. But I wanted to start it out with that. So let me turn my camera around. Okay, you guys, I got the camera set up. I'm coming back around. Hey guys. Okay, I hope you guys liked my FO, my finished object. I'm getting that lingo down. I didn't talk about what I used to do that. It's just a basic garter stitch, like I said, just a basic garter stitch shawl, very beginner. But what made it cool was all the cool art yarn that I had handmade. I didn't spin that art yarn. I handmade that by putting together different fibers that I've collected when I make my nest and other craft projects. And some of them I braided, some of them I didn't braid. So you get a real mishmash of everything. But it really looks like art yarn. To knit the basic garter stitch scarf, I buy a lot of indie dyed yarns. And indie dye, anybody who doesn't know that, that's just independent yarn dyers. They sell their hand dyed yarns on Etsy most of the time. I buy that. I buy the real stuff too. But right now, because I'm just beginning, I needed to, because I have bought a bunch of DK weight and worsted weight. And right now, you guys, honestly, being a beginner knitter, that is just like too much for me. Like, I just need more experience before I go with those thinner strands, even though I bought them. So I have turned to the Wool Ease Thick and Quick, and that has worked so good for me being a beginner knitter. I absolutely love it. I like knitting with it. It doesn't peel and split and all that. And then this will all be really hand washable. So it's not the color, but that's the brand I used. Okay, for that scarf, and I used 2 of them. And then, like I said, if you guys let me know, I mean, I'm going to be spinning, so you know, I'm not going to show you guys how I handmade that art yarn. I'm going to show you how my new techniques are that I'm going to be learning with the spinning. So you'll see that, and then you can, if you like that, that's something you can do. Okay, I guess I should say this. Let me know below if you want a little mini tutorial on how I did that handmade art yarn on there. Because if you don't want to invest in getting like a spinning wheel like I did, you know, to know how to do the handmade art yarn would be kind of cool. So let me know if you guys are interested in that below. But anyway, okay, so that's with my finished object. Oh, I did like, okay, we'll start it out with this. I did go back to Vogue Knitting Live last week. I went on Friday, and it was awesome. I talked all about that on my last show, but I didn't know if I was going to go back on Sunday or not, because I had a ticket for Friday, and it was also good for Sunday. I went back. So let me show you guys what I got when I went back. As much as I say that I love the bulky, this is the other thing. I love the thicker, bulkier yarns because they're a good base. Well, first, they knit up quick, but number 2, they're a good, solid base for me to be taking all this art yarn and using the art yarn as embellishments, because it has enough weight to it that it doesn't, because if I even did like a DK weight with all of that fringe on there, it'd be like weighing it down. Like, you need some substance when you're doing stuff like that. So when I do those projects, I probably will use a chunkier, thicker yarn for those projects. Saying that, and even though that the DK weights and even the worsted like drive me insane right now, oh my gosh, you guys, I will build up to being able to use those yarns, because for one, I bought them, and number 2, look at what these patterns, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to look to make sure that I'm not going to give away patterns. So just a second, people. Yeah, just a second, just making sure I'm not giving away the pattern. Okay, yeah, I'm not giving away the pattern. I'm going to show you guys what it's called, a silk rib corset. Oh, it's by Annie Modesitt, M-O-D-E-S-I-T-T. The pattern was $7. Yeah, the information on here, just so you guys know, it just says pattern information. It tells you the measurements on this first page. Skill level, size when finished, your gauge. Oh, I guess it does start saying it. Okay, so I'm going to try to not give away the pattern. Okay, we'll go like this. So, you guys, look at this corset. Knitting a corset. Absolutely everything. Check it out, girls. And guys, sorry. Check it out. I am in love with that. Is that so beautiful, you guys? Okay, now that's like super advanced. This is like very, very future knitting for me. I mean, first I got to get into worsted weights and to like at least DK weights. So this is a project for way down the line, but this is my goal. This is my final goal of what I want to be able to knit. That is fabulous. Love it. So it's called a silk rib corset. It's by Annie Modesitt. Modesitt. And I will put a link to her below, so if you want to go and get this pattern, you can. It was $7. And then she had a, you also get a free scarf on the back too. Okay, the other one, and I can just show you the front of this without bending it back because the pattern's not on the front. The next one, is a white, called White Lies Designs by Joan McGowan. It's called the Carly Waterfall Duster. You guys, this is everything. I think it's so beautiful. Check it out. And you guys, this takes, she told me the amount of yards it takes. It takes 1,575 yards of yarn to make this. Crazy. And you know what? The yarn that they suggest for this is 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. And to use a pair of 8 needles or 10.5 circulars. So, but look how gorgeous this is. I love it. And this is more intermediate. So, you know, this is in the next couple of months. I'm going to hopefully get enough skills up to start something like this because I'm really super excited about this. And also, like I said, I need to... And she was saying even to use worsted weight, believe it or not, because a lot of times people would probably think DK or even lighter. But she was saying she thinks worsted because you need to have some... She said you need to have some... It needs not to be too drapey. It needs to drape, but not too drapey. So I was happy to hear that. So she said definitely she believes in using a worsted weight. So, and I will be using some very nice, yarn for that. For both of these. I will spend some nice money. I already have a lot of nice yarn, so I'll probably be able to pick from my stash. So maybe not for this one that calls for, what did I say, 1,575 yards. I don't have 1,575 yards of any of the yarns. So anyway, so really excited about that. So I bought those 2 patterns. And the reason I went back on Sunday was to get this corset pattern. And I'm not showing anything here when I show you this. It's just telling you about the size that it fits. I went back to get that. And that was the only thing I went back was to get the corset pattern. And then I seen this other one and I was like, everything. I have to have that. Okay, next thing I bought when I went back, because remember I told you guys I bought some roving. That was pretty natural, I mean, it still had a little bit of grass and stuff in it, which I think is cool. So the roving is used for the spinning wheel that I got. So I got some more of it, and it's called Abundant Earth Fiber. It says hand-dyed wool from sheep raised in Washington. It's her signature blend, and it's ready to just go ahead and graft right off the roll and start spinning. So there it is. Isn't that pretty, you guys? Gorgeous. And there's the ball. So pretty. It has like different shades of turquoise and blues and grays. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so there's that one, and I got 2 of those. These were $10 a piece. There's a place called Crafty Knits. You guys, they have roving for like $5, and I could dye it myself. So I just put an order in. I'm going to have a bunch of that coming. And it looked really soft. That it pulls. It's really been carded well, so it's really all the fibers are in line. So it really cards. It really pulls right off of the thing. So I picked that up too. And then one of them said it was really nice and had like a sheen to it. So anyway, the idea is to always be, you know, when you're doing these art yarns, is to be mixing up different things, different types of wools, and different types of bats, and different types of art bats. I'm learning about all this stuff, and also using the sheep's locks in natural form, where it has like the curl and stuff on it. Like you take it off the sheep, you wash it, and you use it just like that. Yeah, you get to use that kind of stuff too when you're making this art yarn. It's all bumpy and curly, and oh, so excited, so excited. Okay, Next, this is the other roving that I got. And this is gorgeous. It's all colors of like the ocean. I mean, if I was to name this, I would name it Ocean. It's so pretty. It's like turquoise and greens. It's gorgeous. There it is. Absolutely beautiful. And I got 2 of those. So there's 2. And then I got 1 of these brown. I just thought the brown's just gorgeous with anything. It'll go with this. It can go in here. It can go with a really natural color for like a real, vintage look type of yarn, art yarn. So, there's that one. Let me show you. I just want to see something really quick. This one says that it's undyed, so I think this is it says undyed. This is an undyed wool. So she must have a sheep that has this color wool or hair. So there it is. There are sheep that are like all brown, and so their wool is already colored like this. So that's really gorgeous. I'm excited about that. I wish I kind of would have got 2 of those too. You can only buy so much though, you know. It gets crazy. It gets crazy. Okay, is that everything I ended up buying when I went back? Okay, I think that's everything I bought when I went back. Okay, other things, I have more stuff that I've purchased, of course. I purchased this yarn from an indie dyer on Etsy. I purchased this a while back, like 3 weeks ago, so it took her a little while. I think she does it to go, like if you order, then she dyes it up. I got 2 skeins of it, and she is, just want to make sure I get her name right. Okay, she's Den of Yarn Quiddity. So Den of Yarn Quiddity. Yarn Quiddity. I will put her link below. Just trying to make sure I have her name right. Yeah. Den of Yarn Quiddity. She has an Etsy shop. I will put all that information below. This yarn is gorgeous. It is, it's silk and merino. Oh my gosh. Absolutely beautiful. It's called Pretty Pink Poly, and 225 yards on each skein. So I got 2 of them. Look how gorgeous it is. Isn't that pretty? And she's already, she already balled it up for me. Isn't that so nice? To go ahead and ball it up. That's how she sent it to me, you guys. In a perfect ball, ready to go. So beautiful, and I love it. It has like a sheen to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, it's a silk merino, so there's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So something special will be made with this for sure. Absolutely beautiful. Having stuff like this in my stash though gets me to the point that I can finally start knitting worsted and at least DK weights. Did I say what weight this was? I think it's a DK. Yeah, it's a DK weight. Okay, the other thing I bought is I went to my local, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and they always talk about go to your local yarn store and find your people, you know, and find friends you can knit with, and a little network of people that when you have problems, especially, you can ask questions and you can share your knowledge with them and they can share their knowledge with you. So I found a shop near me that I think I really like, and at any rate, when I get into this, well, I ordered my, I should say this, I ordered my, maybe I should get into that next before I get into this. Okay, we're going to jump around a little bit today. I ordered my spinning wheel, and the spinning wheel that I ordered is called, it's from the company, okay, but one thing is there's a lady named How to Knit Yarn. That's her YouTube channel. And she's the one that I really, besides Namaste Farms, really got me into wanting to spin. She also sells classes. She has her own little like university, it's like, of classes that she's created. And also she also sells these spinning wheels. And they're called Spinolution. And mine's called the Hopper. So mine's the Hopper spinning wheel. I'm going to let you guys know the price, just so you kind of know, like, because if I don't say the price, people are going to be wondering, like, how much does this stuff cost, you know? So then you kind of know what the investment is, okay? This is not cheap. And I have gone through a lot to choose this spinning wheel because it's a lot of money. So I spent $959 on this spinning wheel. I know, people, I know. Let me show you what the spinning wheel looks like. I made a little copy of it. And if you guys want, you can go to YouTube and check her out. Little girl, her name is Ashley Martineau, and her YouTube channel is called How to Spin Yarn. So that's it right there. And then there's more to it that goes down to the ground and stuff like that. And then there's a pedal that you can push on, that you do push on to make this big bobbin go around. Okay, so what I like is she had a video, Ashley did, for how to spin yarn. She had a video that discussed the different things you need to look at and to consider buying a spinning wheel. And that helped me out so much. So the reason I bought this spinning wheel, okay, the first reason I bought this was because okay, I'm not really interested in spinning beautiful, fine, worsted weight or lace weight or DK weight yarns. I'll buy it. I don't care about that. I want to spin art yarn, the big, chunky, funky stuff, okay? So this spinning wheel can spin fine to bulky, because what if someday I do want to spin some fine stuff? I never know. That's what my interest is right now. So I can spin from fine to bulky. The other thing that I really wanted in a machine is it has an open hook orifice. Open hook means is that nothing's going to get caught. Like this big chunky stuff that you're going to be spinning isn't going to get caught in the hole. In fact, there is no hole. It's a hook, so that to go around the bobbin, it's not going to get stuck. A lot of times there's like a little hole, and the yarn that you're spinning has to fit through there. And a lot of times they're really, really small because you're spinning, you know, lighter. You're not spinning chunky yarn. But this has a nice big hook. It doesn't even have any little area like this, so your stuff just goes right through and right onto the spool. So there's no getting stuck. The other thing that I was really concerned about was if it's portable, and this one is portable. I'm so excited. So if I want to go to a spinning retreat, I can just take it with me. If we go to California a lot and I want to spin, like I think I want to spin on the beach or like on the little patio by the beach, I can do that. So that was another really important thing for me, that I was able to do that. The other thing is I wanted to have a big bobbin. Like this bobbin right here, that's a bobbin right there. That's what your art yarn is going to get spun onto. Okay, I can do 8 ounces of art yarn on one bobbin, and 8 ounces adds up to a half a yard. So that's a pretty decent amount. And I chose the one where I get 3 of those bobbins. So I can fill up 3 different bobbins before I have to take all my art yarn off and put it onto one of those, I don't know what they're called. Anyway, skein it up. Let's say that. So that was the other important thing of why I chose it. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Stationary floor grips, that's awesome. I guess it has a quiet operation. That's really cool. But those were the main things when I was listening to her, of the things I was taking in consideration to buy this. So, because it was a big deal, you guys, and a big decision to do this. But I just know, you just know, when you like something, or not like it, when you love something. And this is something I will use forever. I will be a spinner, for sure. I love it. I'm obsessed with the whole thing. I love the idea of being able to make your own yarn and then turn that yarn into your own fabric or your own something to embellish other things. I just love that. You guys know I love taking something that's just basically nothing and making something beautiful out of it. That thing makes me happier. So the reason I got this, there's a thing called core spinning, and that's the thing I'm the most interested in after I learned how to spin a bulky type of yarn. From there, you can take your bulky type of yarn and core spin it with something else. And then after that, you can take it and spin it with like this is like a shiny metallic pink thread. So I bought this from my local, like I was saying, from my local yarn shop. And my local yarn shop, so if you come here to Vegas and you want to go visit a yarn shop, you can go to you can try out Mirage Fiber Arts. Their phone number is 702 902-4881. And it's www.miragefiberarts.com. I'll leave all this information below. So if you come to, they're on Buffalo if you live here in Vegas. They're on Buffalo and Charleston. So if you come to Vegas and you're looking for a yarn shop to visit, this is a beautiful, wonderful yarn shop to visit. And that's where I got this from. What it is. Oh, the other thing I bought there at Mirage. Okay. So that's all I'm going to talk about I guess about my my spinning wheel until it comes. And then I'll show you guys the spinning wheel, and I'll probably, if I spun on it, I'll show you guys a little example of me spinning on it. So I'm just super, super excited. Okay, back to this Mirage Fiber Arts, this place here. That's what the card looks like. I needed to get myself some knitting needles that are have the cable, because I'm doing a scarf, and that's my work in progress I have right now, my whip. So I will show you guys that. But I needed some knitting needles that had the cable, and I did buy some from Joann's. Oh my gosh, I was so perturbed. They were horrible, because the bottoms screw out from the knitting needles like the wire part does, and it just kept coming apart. It came apart right in the middle of my project. So I started losing all kinds of stitches, and oh my god, it was a nightmare. I had to just take the whole project. What's it called? Oh, why am I not thinking of the name? Anyway, I took all the stitches out because it was absolutely horrendous. I was so upset. So I'm like, I need to go and get knitting needles from the real yarn shop. So I did, and I bought some that were by a company called likecrafts.com, and they're wood needles, and they're size 15 because I've been using these chunkier yarns. So anyway, that's what it looks like. I'll show you the needles too once I get to them. There was another brand that everybody uses in their metal, and I was going to get those, but you guys, I still need like wooden needles to have like some control. So that's why I'm still using the wood. Just a second, guys. Let me check my camera. Now. Okay, guys, I'm coming back around. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. About every 25 minutes, I have to restart my camera. I don't know why. It always goes off. Anyway, the other thing I want to show you this, I dyed some, let me put some of the stuff aside. I dyed some roving. I don't know if this is roving or if it's top. I think it's just roving. I don't know the names of everything, you guys, so bear with me. But this is the roving that I bought last week from Abundant Earth Fiber. The same stuff I bought this, but this is what I bought first. And it came just natural. And I used my Kool-Aid dyeing techniques. And I dyed this. And I love these colors. And I know it's for people who don't spin, it's not going to make sense until you see it spun. And then you see it. So anyway, I'm just showing you guys that I did dye some of my own. I dyed this colorway. Okay. And then this, okay, looks a little bit strange, but there's this lady, her name is Pinky Punky, and I really like how she has done some things that look really vintagey when she colors. So I dyed this to look really vintagey. It's like pink and like tea dyeing, and then I'm gonna go and dye some more of it, a really, really light tea dyeing, like even lighter than the one you see here. But here we go. So that's why I have this light pink and like this tea dye look. It makes the most gorgeous yarn, art yarn. And then she also weaved in, or she also spun in some, what do you call it? Some beads into it too. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it looks weird here, but spun up. So vintage, so gorgeous. And then I'm going to dye some more roving like this that looks really, really vintage. A lot of different levels of like coffee or tea dyeing look. Anyway, I'll show you those next week. And I dyed 2 of those because I really, really like that look. Okay, so that's it for that. Also, I've re-dyed. I want to talk about this. You guys know I dyed yarn also. This is a worsted weight yarn, 100% wool. Okay, I dyed some of this, I think, in a coppery color, and it came out like, sometimes things just take weird. The copper colors come out before, and it's absolutely gorgeous, but this time this coppery color came out like orange, like Crayola box orange. So, I didn't like that. Especially not with going with the colors that I went with. So, let me show you. So, this is the part right here that had turned orange. So, I took grape Kool-Aid, really, like a really, really strong, like a half a cup of water, or 3/4 a cup of water to a full pack of Kool-Aid. And I poured some of that over that, and that's the color it came out to, like this burgundy color. So I think that came out gorgeous. And then I re-dyed a couple spots because they didn't take as well with that grape Kool-Aid. That. And then here it took a little less on that side. But I was good with that. I think that turned out pretty. And then this side, I went ahead and put that same grape Kool-Aid over this side too, just to re-dye it a little bit more. So I like how the skein looks now. And this is the thing. It takes a little while. Let me roll this up. It takes a little while in your house for the skeins to dry. If you do it outside, I'm sure it dries a lot quicker. But it's been windy and the weather's been weird here, so I've been drying inside. And it takes like 3 days, because in 3 days, your skein will look different than it looked 2 days prior to that. So, just wait a couple of days if you're drying inside, so you can see like the true colors. Because I was shocked in 3 days, like how it dried. I have another one that I don't like how it dried, and I'm gonna re-dye it. So a part of it, not the whole thing, just like this one, just a part of it. So that looks so pretty. Look at it all rolled up. Not the perfect roll, but it looks really pretty. Okay, what else did I want to discuss with you? I want to discuss what I have on my needles right now, so let me show you guys. And I'm going to be making some more project bags for myself, because I have this project, and then I'm going to start making a blanket for my husband, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But you guys know I have my little bag that I hand drew the girl, and watercolored her, and then printed her on fabric. And then took all my laces and doilies and stuff. I have a huge collection of all that kind of stuff, and collaged that onto the bag. And I got the bag simply at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be making some more bags. I have a lady where her whole head is made, like her hair is all yarn balls. I thought that'd be really cool. This lady has like a knitted hat, and then on the hat it's yarn balls. But she's facing forward, and her whole head has yarn balls on it. I'm going to draw and paint her out. And also, I found a really cool picture of a beautiful sheep. And I'm going to hand draw that out and then watercolor that up. And I don't just use watercolors. I'm a mixed media artist, so I use all kinds of stuff. A lot of times, I watercolor, and then over the watercoloring, I use Prismacolor pencils on top of that to kind of shade and shadow and stuff. So, anyway, in my bag, I have my next project I'm working on. And like I told you guys right now, because I'm a beginner, I am using the chunkier yarns and the bigger needles to get used to all this. So, and also I'm probably gonna always have chunky yarns in my repertoire, because like I said, when using these art yarns, and if I want to hang all types of fringy stuff, it's a little bit, it's heavier, so I need the weight of the yarn not to be pulled down. So, anyway, depends on what I'll be working on. But anyway, I did this in a chunky yarn. And it's just a triangle shawl. And I'm doing it on the ones with the cable. And that's what it looks like. And I have like this much left on this ball. So, I am going to, I want this to be really long. Like, I want it to go down to like my butt. So I'm going to probably buy 3 more of these. And, actually, I'll figure it out. My husband's good at math, so I'm going to have him help me figure out if I need to buy 2 or 3 more of these balls of yarn. Anyway, or 3 more skeins of yarn for this. Again, what I want to do is I want it to go down basically to my butt, right before my butt, because then I want to take, make up my art yarns, and like how I did my shawl back here, I want to hang all kinds of art yarn from it for fringing. So that's going to look really cool when it's done, I think. So, and then that's what the needles look like that I got from my local yarn shop. They're nice. I really, really like them. Really like them. They're wood, but at the same time, they like really buffed them up, so they're really, really smooth and shiny. So they're not as like slick as the metal ones are, but they're not quite as kind of stable as my other wooden ones were. But it's a good way to get me into the other ones that a lot of people are using. So anyway, and I guess I shouldn't be concerned with what a lot of people are using. I should be concerned with what I want to use, you know, and what I'm comfortable with and where I'm at. So, so that's what's on my needles, and I'm excited about this. And the next project I'm about to make, it'll be on my needles next week. There are these guys, Arnie and Carlos, and I'm sure a lot of people know who they are. And they have so many cool videos. I mean, they just take the fright out of knitting. They take the most basic stitches and make cool stuff. Like, they just have a garter stitch blanket, and their big thing is changing color. Like every 3 or 4 rows, I can't remember what it is, every 3 or 4 rows, you change colors. And how they change colors is they have a basket of minis, of all their extra yarns. And they said, don't sit there and pick out the yarn. Throw all your extra yarn in one bucket and just go like this and pick one out. That's the one you use. Take the next one, pick it out. They said, you know what? All your colors will go together. And they said, because you chose those colors. So usually the kind of colors you choose go together because they're you. And that's what's going to make this blanket great. And I thought, you know what? They're right. So anyway, I'm starting a blanket like that. I'm not being as casual about choosing color, which I would, but the blanket's for my husband, and he wants a red, white, and blue because his favorite football team are the Titans, and they're red, white, and blue. So, and then his favorite basketball team is the Sixers, and they're red, white, and blue. So he wants me to make him a blanket, so I'm using those 3 colors. So, but I want to make another blanket for myself after that and make it with all these cool colors that of things I have left over with my leftovers. So that'll be on my needles next week when you guys see me. And I want to say about my scarf, I don't know if you guys saw any, there's a couple of drop stitches in this shawl. So there's a couple holes. But with the art yarn, you can make things where you can use it to fringe off. You can also use it to knit with and knit an entire shawl or whatever you want. A shawl, a scarf, a sweater with this art yarn. You can do anything with it. But you can also use it as embellishment. So where I have any holes in my work, because early on there were things I discovered, okay? And I'm doing a lot better now. Anyway, I can use it as embellishment. So I can embellish it on any areas on this scarf that have any holes and hide that. And my second project can be something cool again, like kind of like how this turned out because of the embellishing with using the art yarn. So excited about that. Hopefully I'll be done with this by next week. I think so. I mean, I'm using, you know, the bulky stuff, so it doesn't take forever. And I'm getting faster, so it's pretty cool. Okay, let me see. Let me put this in here. Oh, okay. The last thing, I think I'm on my last thing. I can't believe it. This is going a lot quicker. Oh, and today I am drinking chai tea in my beautiful mug. This is like one of those those mugs that are thrown by hand. And they're absolutely gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. It's my favorite mug. It's even signed on the bottom by the artist. And I've been to places where, you know, you buy these type of mugs, which I'm willing to spend $40 or $50 because it's done by hand, it's done by an artist. But I was at a thrift store and I saw this and I was like, for like $2, I was like, okay, sold. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's still worth 30 or 40 bucks because it was done by an artist by hand. So anyway, so beautiful. Okay, I want to, like I always do, shout outs. I should be like the grocery girls. Shout outs. That's all I start saying for shout outs. Shout outs. I hope I can like edit. I do edit a little bit because I edit things together. I hope I can edit and start putting like little words like shout outs and add some music. Like I want to learn how to do that. Anyway, I want to shout some people out on YouTube. The first one is How to Spin Yarn, and that's the one I told you who has her own little university of classes that teach you how to spin, and she has a bunch of videos that teach you how to spin, and she also has a separate website, which is where I ordered my spinning wheel. Okay, so that's How to Spin Yarn, and that's on YouTube. You guys have to check her out. She does beautiful stuff. She has great videos. She's so knowledgeable about spinning art yarn. Pinky Punky, she's another art yarn, spins art yarn, and she does a beautiful stuff. She has really inspired me to do some really cool stuff. I'm loving her style, so check her out. And all these people I'll have below. Heckanuga1. Heckanuga1. Everyone probably knows about her, and she does more crochet than she does knitting. But she has, and I meant to, oh darn it, I forgot to print it out. She does these, like, slipper booties. They are so flipping cute, you guys, for adults and for kids. And, so she tells you exactly how to make them online, in her video. And it's awesome. So check Heckanuga1 out, and she'll teach you if you're interested in making these, slipper booties for adults and kids. They are so awesome. And they would make great Christmas presents to give a family of them. So a family, they make great Christmas gifts to give to anyone. Or birthday gifts. I think they're fabulous. That's definitely going to be a Christmas gift for my crafty friends. Hickety Pickety Funked Up Art. Funked Up Art. Okay? I didn't say the other word. She is so cool, you guys. I love her personality. She's super cool. She's more of a crocheter, and I think she's just started knitting. But she just started knitting, and she made this most beautiful poncho. In fact, I want to know what pattern. I'm gonna message her because I want to know the pattern she used because it's absolutely gorgeous. And she didn't use the fancy yarns, expensive yarns. She used acrylic. I think it was an acrylic wool blend, like how I used on this. And she did it out of a beige, kind of a beigey taupey, and she made the poncho. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely divine, and she's really into that. She's like, I'm not into buying. She goes, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm not into buying the expensive yarn. She goes, what if I mess up? She goes, I have messed up so bad before, and throw the whole damn thing away. She goes, what if I did that and I bought $70 worth of yarn? She cracked me up. So she does that. She does mixed media art. She does a lot of crocheting. She's really cool. She goes and she'll videotape when she's shopping. I like her. She has a great personality, so check her out. The next person I want to call, Arnie and Carlos. I think it's Arnie, is it how you say his name? Like I said, they have just take the fear out of knitting. They make it so simple. Like I told you, I'm going to do that garter stitch blanket. And I was like, oh, I could do a blanket. I'm so excited. I love their personality. I just love them. You guys have to check them out. And they're just so full of information, so full of inspiration. They have projects galore on their channel. So check them out. Okay, Sharon Tree. I saw her the other day. I really like it. She spins art yarn also. She also spins the sheep's like curly locks. She shows you how to do that. She dyes also. She shows you how she dyes. And she dyes with Kool-Aid too. She's really good. Check her out. There's another lady named Yellow Farm. She's also spins art yarn, and she also spins the locks. She has she has some really good videos too. So you guys check out all those people. I love to try to give shout outs every week because there's always so many cool people, period, on YouTube. But there's so many cool people doing these art yarns and, or just knitting, period. So I think that's it. I felt like I had so much more to say, but I think that I covered everything. I'm just looking around. Yeah, you guys, that's it. So you guys, okay, look forward to next week. I'm so excited. But hopefully by next Saturday, I should have my spinning wheel. And I'm obsessed. I just cannot wait to get that spinning wheel in my hands. And, oh, and one other thing I ordered from Australia, I ordered some sheep locks. So, you know, like the curly locks? I ordered those, a bunch of them. Like, I think it's a lot. And, she said she already sent it out. I'm so excited. That cost me, I'm not sure how much I got, but I spent like 20 bucks on it. It seems like it's kind of a lot, so hopefully it is. And there's a place here in Las Vegas called The Farm, and they're just really into like showing people in Las Vegas that there's a whole other side of Las Vegas and showing you the farm animals. Anyway, I contacted her and see if she would be willing to sell, you know, the locks from her sheep, or a fleece, or however you buy these things. And so she's supposed to contact me. She hasn't contacted me yet, so we might go out to the farm today or tomorrow, and hopefully I have like a whole fleece I can show you guys that I bought. And there's a lady named Namaste Farms. She has created, her husband's dad is the one who owns Paul Mitchell. I think that's the story. Anyway, so they're really into, of course, shampoos. And so they were able to get hold of a chemist who came up with a shampoo, 2 different ones. One's a scrub, and then one's more of a shampoo conditioner one that that really cleans out fleece really, really well and quickly. Like, it removes the, I guess it's a certain protein. The dirt and the oils is a certain protein. And it's not the dirt. Dirt washes right out. It's the oils. But there's a certain protein that removes those oils out, and that's in their shampoo. And so it makes it a lot easier to scrub out, or to not even have to totally scrub, but to really start releasing all those extra oils and grime that are in the sheep's wool when you get a fresh, organic fleece. I don't know if I should say organic. Of course it's organic. But anyway, so I want to order that stuff too. I've heard it's really disgusting, but she shows it, how you do it, and with her stuff, the process isn't that bad. And you can save tons of money buying it like that than to keep, you know, buying little boxes of, you know, little boxes of fleece or little boxes of these sheep locks. Okay, you guys, I've talked your ears off. I think that's it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. And give this video a thumbs up. That would be great. Even if you can't leave a comment or question below, a thumbs up would be awesome. You can visit me on Instagram. I am My Fairy Treasures. Facebook, I'm Angie Bell. I'm active on both. I'm really, really active on Instagram. And I think that's it, you guys. All right. I'll talk to you guys next Saturday. Bye.